get my revenge and leak everything? I should, but I mean, what's the good in that, guys? Honestly, what's the good?
Like saying things like, oh yeah, she wants to see me, but no one will let her. Ryan, you know that that's not true.
It's kind of funny that the girl who did it leaked the messages and then was like crying that somebody leaked Gypsy's messages, but it's kind of funny, like, you leaked my messages to the world. But I do have moments, guys, and that was a weak moment. You know, I was, you know, just had a moment. It's funny, I've never released any messages that she sent that would damage her or embarrass her. Like,
Gypsy had to give Bree those messages, and she also gave recap, what is her name, whatever her name is, that lady, a copy.
You know, it's kind of funny. I know she released them to try to make me look bad, but how does it make me look bad? It shows that I have feelings, shows I have a heart, shows that I was in for the right reasons. It shows that I actually cared. So,
and also, if we spin a block back on what she told Nicholas, she generally has conversations like this with the people that she's with. So has this conversation taken place? I'm asking the question.
All right, y'all. Ryan just went live on TikTok, and let me tell you, it was a roller coaster of emotions, sarcasm, and tea. If you've been following the drama between him and Gypsy, you know things have been messy. But in his live, Ryan went all in. From shading Christie Blanchard to addressing the infamous leaked messages, he spilled everything.
Guys, I've never lied about my feelings towards her. So I love when people text me and it was like, she outed you. Outed me for what? Like, outed me? Like, how is that outing me? I'm not hiding that from anybody. You know, and like, if anybody asks me, of course, I've always had feelings for her. Like, that's my soon-to-be ex-wife, like, really soon, actually. So
let's break it all down. Ryan kicked off his life in a relaxed yet playful mood, rocking a custom-made Team Ryan shirt, and honestly, you could tell he was feeling himself. He started by showing off the shirt like a proud influencer, saying, "Today I'm rocking this shirt that I got in the mail. It's so awesome. Look at it. It's made by Lady Mommy Mia's Designs. Love the shirt. Team Ryan. It's available now. Go get them. I don't make anything from them, but I saw the shirt. Somebody tagged me and I love it."
Love this shirt. It's made by Lady Mommy Mia's Designs. It was so awesome. Love the shirt. Team Ryan. It's available now. Go get them. I don't make anything from them, but I saw the shirt. Somebody tagged me and I love this shirt. She has different colors, but the Team Ryan shirt, I love it. She has a new one that says like vote yes or no down here. Red for yes, blue for no, and I love it.
Now, we all know Ryan loves a good Team Ryan moment. This wasn't just any shirt. This was part of his ongoing effort to rally support from his fans amidst all the chaos. And honestly, he looked genuinely happy about it, which was refreshing to see given how heavy things have been for him lately. He did not waste time before transitioning into the reality of the night. And let me just say, things were about to get messy. Right off the bat, Ryan couldn't resist taking a swipe at Christie Blanchard, Gypsy's stepmom, and let me tell you, the shade was real. He mentioned that someone had sent him a clip of Christie telling him to stick his paws up his behind, and Ryan wasn't about to let that slide. With a smirk, he responded, "She's probably had a lot of practice doing that, but I'm not doing that. Sorry, shouldn't have said that." Okay, ouch, that clapback was brutal. And honestly, so Ryan.
And also so something where somebody sent me a clip of Christie telling me to stick my poles up my, she's probably had a lot of practice doing that, but I'm not doing that. Sorry. Shouldn't have said that. Sorry, guys.
But the sarcasm did not stop there. He followed it up by calling her a wicked stepmother, a not so subtle nod to Christie's alleged meddling in his and Gypsy's relationship. If you've been following this drama, you know that Ryan and Christie have been butting heads for a while now. Their beef isn't new. It goes back to Christie's role in reconnecting Gypsy with Ken, the man she's now having a baby with. Ryan had made it clear he holds Christie partly responsible for their messy breakup, and this latest dig only adds fuel to the fire.
It was another influence that kept pushing Ken on her. And, thought that somebody had our back and was wanting us to fail. And yeah, like when I say I'm blindsided, I really, really am blindsided about how fast things happen. You know, it's one of those, you know, we were married, everything was good, and all of a sudden we're no longer married and we don't see each other. And it was just, I mean, it's like a snowball. I always say it was a snowball. It just kept going, and now it's so big you can't stop it now.
Let's get into the heart of the live. The leaked messages. If you thought Ryan was going to brush this off, think again. He came ready to address it head on, and honestly, his reaction was a mix of heart, sarcasm, and defiance. He started by acknowledging the elephant in the room, saying, I hope y'all are still Team Ryan after those leaked messages. I wasn't too excited about it because I haven't leaked any personal messages. It's kind of funny though that the girl who leaked the messages is the same one who was crying about someone leaking Gypsy's messages. Does that make any sense? No, it doesn't.
I hope y'all are still Team Ryan after, you know, leaked messages or whatever. Let me talk about that real quick. I wasn't too excited about that because I haven't leaked personal messages. It's kind of funny that the girl who did it leaked the messages and then was like crying that somebody leaked Gypsy's messages, but it's kind of funny, like, you leaked my messages to the world and you're mad that people did that to Gypsy. Well, like, does that make any sense? No, it doesn't make any sense.
Okay, let's pause for a moment because this part is so important. Ryan isn't just calling out the hypocrisy, he's highlighting how this whole situation feels like a betrayal. It's not just about the messages, it's about the principle of keeping certain things private. And the fact that it was Bree, Gypsy's own friend, who exposed them, that definitely stings. Brian did not stop there. He went on to explain why he sent those messages in the first place. And yo, this was one of the more vulnerable moments of the life. Guys, I'm going through a divorce. There are moments I still miss Gypsy. I mean, it's just normal. I'm working on it. I know she's about to have a baby with Ken. I know all of that. But I do have moments. That was a weak moment.
Guys, I am going through a divorce. There are moments that I do still miss Gypsy. I mean, it's just normal. I'm working on it. You know, I know that she's about to have a baby with Ken. I know everything like that. I get it. But I do have moments, guys, and that was a weak moment. You know, I was, you know, just had a moment.
This right here is where you can't help but feel for him. Ryan's not pretending to be perfect and he's not making excuses. He's owning up to his feelings and admitting that, yes, he still cares about Gypsy even though he knows she's moved on. It's raw, it's real, and it's messy in the way only real emotions can be. And then there was the part where he said, I did like her as a brunette. She knows I like her as a brunette. So yeah, I was embarrassed by the messages, but at the same time, I've never lied about my feelings for her. Honestly, this was such a telling moment. Ryan isn't hiding behind a facade or pretending to be over it. He's being upfront about his feelings, even if it makes him look vulnerable. And that's what makes this whole situation so complicated, because it's clear that despite everything, he still has love for Gypsy.
And I did like the brunette. Like, she knows I like her as a brunette. So, I was just letting her know that. And, so, a little embarrassed by it. But at the same time, guys, I've never lied about my feelings towards her. So, I love when people text me and it was like, she outed you. She outed you. Outed me for what? Like, outed me? Like, how is that outing me? I'm not hiding that from anybody.
As Ryan continued, it became clear that he wasn't just hurt by the messages being leaked. He was hurt by what it represented. He said, yes, I was hurt by the leaked messages. It was my low moment, and Gypsy decided to take advantage of it. I'm starting to realize that she doesn't care about me. It's funny, she released them to try to make me look bad. But how does it make me look bad? It shows I have feelings, a heart, and that I cared.
Come on, guys, I had a bad moment. And yeah, I'm starting to realize that. She doesn't care about me. So, I'm learning to experience that. And it you know, it's kind of funny. I know she released them to try to make me look bad, but how does it make me look bad? It shows that I have feelings, shows I have a heart, shows that I was in for the right reasons. It shows that I actually cared. So,
Now let's talk about one of the most talked about points, the desperation accusations. Some people have been saying Ryan is desperate because of the messages, but he wasn't having it. He made it clear, guys, I've never been desperate. I know people think that because of how big I am or whatever, that I've never had women. But let me tell you, I've had plenty. This isn't about that. And here's where Ryan really drove his point home. He explained, I just chose to be with her. I committed fully to that relationship. And it hurts when someone you thought would last forever doesn't. That's what this is about, not desperation, but commitment. I'm not going to apologize for having a heart. This moment felt like a clap back to everyone who's been trying to drag him online. Ryan wasn't about to let anyone paint him as someone who is desperate or clingy. Instead, he reminded everyone that he's just a guy who believed in his marriage and just got hurt when it all fell apart. And honestly, that's something a lot of people can relate to.
Make me look desperate. Guys, I've never been desperate. I got news for y'all. I've never been desperate. I know people think because of how big I am or whatever that I've been desperate. I haven't had women. No, I've had plenty. I just chose to be with her. I committed fully. And, it has nothing to do with not being with anybody else. I've been with other people. It has nothing to do with that. I've had serious relationships before. It's just one of those where, I've never been married before. And when people get married, they want to be together forever, right?
At one point, Ryan did what he does best. He turned to his audience for input with a poll. All right, let's do a poll, he said. If you were in my position, would you leak the text like she did? Red for yes, blue for no. Now, you could tell Ryan was curious, but also a little amused by how people voted yes. Y'all are messy, he said with a laugh. Y'all want me to leak it? I get it. People love the drama. But seriously, what's the point? What good would come from that? And this is where Ryan showed some real maturity. He admitted that he's thought about leaking the messages because, let's be honest, who wouldn't? But he also explained why he ultimately decided against it. I could drop messages all day. Boom, boom, boom. I could embarrass her the same way she tried to embarrass me. But at the end of the day, what would that solve? It would just make things worse. And I am not about that.
Get my revenge and leak everything? I should, but what's the good in that, guys? Honestly, what's the good? What would come from that? So, let's do a poll. All right, if you were in my position, would you leak text like she did? Red, yes, blue, no. If you were in my position, would you leak texts that contradict her or try to make her look foolish?
Still, he couldn't resist throwing a little shade at Bree, the person who leaked the messages on Gypsy's behalf. Honey, the girl who cried about people leaking Gypsy's messages is the same one leaking mine. Pot calling the kettle black, right? Ryan's restraint here was honestly impressive. It's clear he had the receipts, but instead of using them to retaliate, he's choosing to take the high road. And while some fans may be disappointed that he's not giving them the drama they crave, it's hard not to respect him for it. Of course, not everyone in Ryan's life was on his side. There were plenty of Team Gypsy fans in the comments, and they weren't holding back. But Ryan, he wasn't about to let them get under his skin. If you don't like me, get off my live, he said blatantly. I did not ask you to be here. If you're here, it's because you want to be here. So if you don't like me, the exit is right there. This was classic Ryan, straightforward and apologetic. He wasn't there to argue or defend himself to people who had already made up their minds. Instead, he focused on engaging with his supporters and keeping the conversation moving.
Not me again. Get off my live. Guys, if you don't want to be here, don't be here. I'm not asking you to be here. I want you to join my live if you like me. If not, then keep it to yourself. Like I've said 1,000 times.
But the real kicker came when Ryan hinted at who might be influencing Gypsy's decisions. He said, I won't stoop to her level. Not that it's even her level, it's someone else's level. And I'm not even going to mention that person, but y'all know who I'm talking about. Now let's pause here for a second because this was a loaded statement. While Ryan did not name names, it was pretty clear he was referring to either Christie or Bree. And honestly, it's not hard to see why. Both have been major players in Gypsy's camp, and Ryan seems to believe they've been steering her in the wrong direction. Still, Ryan wasn't willing to lay all the blame on Gypsy, or at least not publicly. This felt like his way of showing that, despite everything, he still has some compassion for her, and that says a lot about his character. To cap things off, Ryan mentioned he's considering appearing on Sam Orbid's show, a platform that often roasts Gypsy. I saw a clip of Sam Orbid saying, "We gotta take care of this man," and I like that. He seems like a cool guy. I've thought about it, but I don't know. I just don't know.
Also, people telling me to do Sir Morbid. Again, I'll mention him. I saw one clip of his video when I was on live. It was like, we got to take care of this man and stuff like that. That's cool that he is on my side when it comes to just me being a person. I've thought about it. I will continue to think about it. I did like how he's like, oh, we have to marinate this. That's hilarious to me. I don't know. I just don't know.
If Ryan does decide to appear, it could shake things up even more. Imagine him spilling all the tea he's been holding back. Gypsy's camp must be sweating at the moment, right? Ryan ended the live by reiterating that he's taking the high road for now. "I'm not going to stoop to her level. It wasn't even her level. It was someone else's level, and I am not going there." But let's be honest, how long can he hold out? If Gypsy keeps pushing, will Ryan finally release the receipts? And what does this mean for Team Gypsy? Let me know what y'all think in the comments. Should Ryan leak the messages, or is he right to take the high road? Do not forget to like and subscribe for more updates. Bye, loves.